Hello everyone, welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. I am Assistant Professor Deepa Agarwal from ITCS department. In this video, I am going to explain you the database system topic, that is database models. And this topic is for FYCS semester 2 students. So let's begin with our topic, database models. A database model defines the logical design and structure of a database and defines how data will be stored, accessed and updated in a database management system. While the relational model is the most widely used database model, there are other models too. First is hierarchical model. This database model organizes data into a tree-like structure with a single root to which all the other data is linked. The hierarchy starts from the root data and expands like a tree, adding child nodes to the parents nodes. In this model, a child node will only have a single parent node. This model efficiently describes many real-world relationships like index of a book, recipes, etc. In hierarchical model, data is organized into tree-like structure with one-to-many relationship between two different types of data. For example, one department can have many courses, many professors and of course many students. This is the diagram of a hierarchical model. In this diagram, we have taken a college example. So you can see there is a root node of college and it has two nodes, department and infrastructure, and department node has three nodes, course, teachers, students, and course has two nodes, theory and labs. So you can see each node has only one parent. Second type is the network model. This is an extension of the hierarchical model. In this model, data is organized more like a graph and are allowed to have more than one parent node. In this database model, data is more related as more relationships are established in this database model. Also, as the data is more related, hence accessing the data is also easier and fast. This database model was used to map many-to-many data relationships. This was the most widely used database model before a relational model was introduced. This is the diagram of network model. So you can see A node has two nodes B1 and B2 and B1 has two nodes C1 and C2. C2 node has two parents B1 and B2. So this is the difference between the hierarchical model and network model. In hierarchical model, a node can have only one parent, but in network model, a node can have two parents. Relational model. In this model, data is organized in two-dimensional tables and the relationship is maintained by storing a common field. This model was introduced by E.F. Codd in 1970 and since then it has been the most widely used database model. In fact, we can say the only database model used around the world. The basic structure of the data in the relational model is tables. All the information related to a particular type is stored in rows of that table. This is the example of relational model. You can see there are three tables. First table is the student table, second table is the subject table and third table is the marks table. And each table is related to each other with a common field. For example, in student table and marks table, there is a student ID is the common field, and in subject table and marks table, there is a common field is the subject ID. So, like this, all three tables are related to each other. And the last one is the entity relationship model. In this database model, relationships are created by dividing object of interest into entity and its characteristics into attributes. We can say this type of model is the extension of the relationship model only. Different entities are related using relationships. ER model are defined to represent the relationship into pictorial form to make it easier for different stakeholders to understand. This model is good to design a database which can then be turned into tables in relation model. Let's take an example. If we have to design a school database, then student will an entity with attributes name, age, address, etc. You can see this is the diagram of the student entity. It has 4 attributes: name, ID, address and age. An entity relationship model describes the structure of a database with the help of diagram, which is known as the ER diagram or entity relationship diagram. An ER model is a design or blueprint of a database that can later be implemented as a database. The main components of ER model are entity set and relationship set. Let's take an example. This is the diagram of student and college. There are two entities: student entity, which has the attribute student ID, student name and student address, and second entity is the college ID, college entity. It contains 2 attributes: college ID and college name, and both the entities are related to each other with the relationship study in, student study in college. So this is a simple example of college. Now we'll see some geometrical shapes explanations. Like rectangle, it represents the entity sets. Ellipses, it represents the attributes. Diamonds, it represents the relationship set. Lines, they link attributes to entity sets and entity sets to relationship set. Double ellipses represents multi-valued attributes. Dashed ellipses, derived attributes. Double rectangles shows the weak entity sets. Double lines, it shows the total participation of an entity in a relationship set. So you can see in this diagram there are 3 main components: entity, attribute and relationship. An entity is an object or component of data. An entity is represented as a rectangle in an ER diagram. In this diagram you can see student and college both are the entity, so they are represented by the rectangle. Now there are different types of entities, like weak entity. An entity that can be uniquely identified by its own attributes and relies on the relationship with other entity is called weak entity. For example, we can see that bank account cannot be uniquely identified without knowing the bank to which the account belongs. So bank account is the weak entity and we will represent it by the double rectangle. Now we'll see the attribute. There are different types of attributes. An attribute describes a property of an entity. An attribute is represented as oval in ER diagram, and there are 4 types of attributes: key attribute, composite attribute, multi-valued attribute and derived attribute. Key attribute can uniquely identify an entity from an entity set. For example, student roll number can uniquely identify a student from a set of students. Key attribute is represented by oval shape as other attributes. However, the text of the key attribute is underlined. So in this example you can see roll number is the key attribute and it represented means text is underlined. Next is the composite attribute. An attribute that is combination of other attributes is known as the composite attribute. For example, in student entity, the student address is a composite attribute, as an address is composed of other attributes such as pin code, state, country. You can see in this diagram, address is the attribute of the student, and again it is divided into 3 attributes: pin code, state and country. So this is address is nothing but the composite attribute. Next is the multi-valued attribute. An attribute that can hold multiple values is known as the multi-valued attribute. It is represented with double ovals in an ER diagram. For example, a person can have more than one phone number. So the phone number attribute is the multi-valued. Next is the derived attribute. A derived attribute is one whose value is dynamic and derived from another attribute. It is represented by dashed oval in an ER diagram. For example, person age is a derived attribute as it changes over time and can be derived from another attribute, that is the date of birth. So in this diagram you can see different types of attributes. Student phone number is a multi-valued attribute. Student name is a simple. Age is the derived attribute. Date of birth and student ID, it is the unique or you can say key attribute which is underlined. Now we'll see the relationship. A relationship is represented by diamond shape in ER diagram. It shows the relationship among entities. There are three types of relationship: one to one, one to many, many to one and many to many. One to one relationship: when a single instance of an entity is associated with a single instance of another entity, then it is called one to one relationship. You can see in this example, a person has passport, means a person has only one passport and a passport is given to the one person. So this is one to one relationship. One to many relationship: when a single instance of an entity is associated with more than one instances of another entity, then it is called one to many relationship. For example, a customer can place many orders. Next is the many to one relationship. When more than one instances of an entity is associated with a single instance of another entity, then it is called many to one relationship. For example, many students can study in a college. So this is the example of many to one relationship. And last one is the many to many relationship. When more than one instances of an entity is associated with more than one instances of another entity, then it is called many to many relationship. For example, a student can be assigned to many projects and a project can be assigned to many students. So this is all for today. We'll see next topic in another video. Thank you.